what's up everybody? It's Rox and I'm coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop ATL Season 2 Part 1 of the reunion. So I felt like it was a good enough 1 hour of my life. What did you guys think? I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was cool, didn't you? I mean, I didn't have a problem watching it, didn't get bored. I must say that Mona was indeed trying it with the house band, wasn't she? What was their name? Zoe Harrison and the reunion show band or whatever. I was just like, okay, now I want to know who was it that sat down with Mona and was like, look, I've been looking at Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and they all got a band. That's what you need. No. And they was awfully happy to be there, wasn't they? It was just so, after a while it just became corny. But you know, I mean, hey, I guess you want to try shit new. Mona said, damn it, this her talk show. Okay, fuck, it's her stage. She do what the hell she want to do. I ain't mad. Speaking of Mona, Mona is the host, okay? Now, we ain't no sense in us complaining about it no more. This is what it is, y'all, okay? And actually, Mona's getting better. You guys can see that Mona has a totally different respect for this ATL cast than she has for the New York cast, which is actually kind of sad considering the New York cast is the old cast or the original cast, even though half of the original cast is gone, but still, like, considering that they were the first of the franchise, you would think she would be nicer to them. But no, honey, she is definitely nicer to this ATL cast. Even Bucky and her hair, okay? And we know how Mona treated Bucky and her hair last season, yeah. But then we can't even fault Mona for that, because that shit that Bucky and her hair showed up in last season was a damn travesty. Love and Hip Hop ATL for sure is Mona's bread and butter, and she knows it, and she knows that she has to treat these girls and guys with a totally different amount of respect. Okay, so before we get into anything really, you know, in depth with the show, let's talk about how everybody looked. I, for the most part, felt like everybody looked, I actually thought that everybody looked great, didn't you? I mean, I felt like everybody, even that mess that Mama D had on, you know, with, you know, she said that was her whole little regal royal look. I was just like, okay, but whatever. Even though even that was not that bad, it kind of reminded me of Portia. Like, she borrowed the dress that Portia wore at the Real Housewives of Atlanta thing. So we getting 2 for 1, y'all. I also must say that, you guys, this whole thing with the faces being beat, I know that's the whole new saying is, honey, she was snatched to the guys and her face was beat to the guys. And, you know, we got all these makeup artists all over the place, all over Instagram, all over Atlanta. I get all that, you guys, but the eyeshadows. I know we on TV and we trying to do it real big and everything, but what is with all this? I mean, fuck. Y'all, they was using glitter to death yesterday. I was like, they look like fucking superheroes. Everybody had bright ass, vivid jewel tone colors on. They didn't look bad. It was just over the top and just way a whole bunch of. The only person that really was toned down was Carly Red. For the most part, everybody else had on just, I mean, they was doing the most with the eyeshadow. They looked like they was fucking about to go save a town after they left the show. Now, they got everybody up on the stage. Pretty much everybody on the stage. All the girls, with the exception of Rashida, because we know that Rashida is infanticipating and she can't be up there with no fucking foolishness. You know how y'all do, popping off and jumping off like they say. We need to make sure that, you know, Big Mama and her baby is off the stage. Get my words together safely and out of harm's way. So yeah, she's sitting out there with the fucking face Kirk Frost, which really got on my nerves, probably more than it really should have, because I know we done already decided that the shit wasn't real to begin with. But still, I was just like, they tell us the name of the baby is gonna be Carter, and you know, they're proud parents, so that's it, y'all. They proud parents. Stevie J was sitting out in the audience with them, as well as Benzino and Young Man Scrap. Young Man Scrap was in all white. This is his whole rebirth coming out of, you know, rehab, I guess. So, yeah, Young Man Scrap has got his all white on. He got on them damn Cazelle glasses. When I tell y'all that Scrappy must have went to the damn dentist before he flew to New York and got them teeth on the most bluest white level, and the fuckers glowing in the goddamn dark. Why his teeth all out like this? Motherfuckers look like the goddamn baby shoes, the hard bottom, the white ones. I don't know if he was just happy to be there, happy about life or what, but yeah, them shits was illuminated. So they start with the beefs of the season, and you guys, we all know who was deep in the beefs pretty much the first half of the season, let's say, and that would be your girl K Michelle. K Michelle has admitted to us plenty of times that she's special. She gonna say what she wanna say and do what she wanna do when she wanna do it, and we already know that. We've been knowing that from season 1. She has absolutely no filter, and we all know that. But what was confusing last night was this whole problem that her and Mimi had. I have remembered when I watched the episodes that she and Mimi, you know, at first when K Michelle originally apologized to Mimi, Mimi wasn't really with it, but then they sat down, they went out to lunch, they sat down, they kikied it up and laughed about it and got over their issues were. So they clearly were friends again. You know, when Mona was just like, where do you guys' friendship stand? And Mimi was just like, why don't you ask her? K Michelle was just like, oh, you know, I'm fine. Like, I like your orange dress. And Mimi was just like, well, that's where we stand. I was just like, what? It was confusing. And everybody on Twitter last night was trying to say that, you know, Mimi didn't forgive her, and you know, that it was always still some drama going on between her and K Michelle, but that was not what it is. What ended up being the problem, you guys, is if you will watch the extra episodes, I mean not the extra episodes, but the extra clips on VH1.com, K Michelle did 2 songs that they did, I think, before the audience got there. Just her like kind of joking around singing. One was to Benzino and the fact that he had no neck. Which went off with a hit. You know, they let Benzino see it and he laughed about it and even talked about her big ass and her knock knees. And then she also talked about Mimi and sang a song, a little 1.5, 2 minute song about Mimi and how stupid she looks going back and forth between Stevie J and Nico, how Nico's gay, how Nico's, you know, with Johnny, and how she looks foolish. And that is what the problem is. Okay, so I'm letting you guys know now. I don't know why she did that. Like, I think maybe she thought that it was going to be taken as a joke. I don't think that Mimi quite took it as a joke. I don't think that if I was Mimi, I would have taken it as a joke as well. It just seemed like it was out of place and unnecessary. Especially with them trying to push their friendship forward. Some certain things you just don't need to say, okay? And so K Michelle, to me, it was wrong of her to do that, okay? And they showed it to Mimi right before. It looked like while she was getting her makeup done before she was about to go out on the stage for the reunion, they showed her this clip on this iPad. And then, you know, Mimi's like, I know y'all didn't bring me this shit to see this. Like, what the fuck you bring this to me for? You know, she was annoyed, and I would have been as well. So that is the problem with K Michelle and Mimi. Now, is it that big of a deal? It's probably not that big of a deal. Maybe they can get by it. But to me, it kind of seems like K Michelle was kind of stabbing that last little twist of the knife in the back, you know, before she leaves the show. So y'all go watch the clips. It's on the extra clips on VH1.com. They talk about the beef between Bucky and her hair and Erica. Side note, I did catch the shade that fucking Tracy was trying to give to Bucky and her hair. Listen, y'all know how I feel about Tracy. Okay, it ain't really no secret. Thought it was real foul of her to be talking about. She thinks that Erica always looked at Bucky and her hair as the side piece or the, you know, the popcorn hole, the microwavable bitch, whatever the fuck the stupid ass motherfucking saying is. It was just like, why are you even in it? Like, shut up. Shit. Erica does what she always does, which, you know, makes it look like that she's above all this shit and that she don't have time to be, you know, even entertaining Bucky and her hair's ghetto-ness, when really they are on the same level. One is just cuter than the other. And you see how Bucky and her hair gave it right back to Erica when Erica was just like, you still B cast member, and Bucky and her hair was like, yeah bitch, and I'm sitting right up on the stage with you. And living better than you, might I add. So I was just like, girl, you better say it. I know y'all don't like Bucky and her hair. You know, y'all know I be trying to root for the underdog. Go Bucky and her hair. They talk about the beef between Joseline and Carly Red. I don't fuck around with that old ass bitch. That hoe is messy. I try to be her friend because, you know, she ain't got no friends. And Carly Red tried to throw it back on her, but y'all know it's like Carly Red, like somebody said on Twitter, she wrote down all her comebacks talking about a fucking translator. It's like, you still saying that? We ain't even teasing Joseline about having a translator no more. Fuck, it sound like Joseline sat down with a speech therapist and got with some of them words, because this season I had no problem understanding Joseline. But yeah, you know, Carly Red, they kind of make her look stupid. I want to ask K Michelle, how does she feel about the diss record, and And K Michelle was just like, honey, I ain't got time to be upset with Carly Rae because that record didn't get played on no radio stations. And I was just like, ain't nobody trying to check for that shit. What was her other one? Gucci, Louis, Prada? Girl, please sit your old ass down. Like, and then of course the Rashida and K Michelle beef, which you guys know they've already squashed it. Rashida and her both agreed that, you know, we ain't gonna be best friends, we ain't gonna be hanging, but you know, we grown women and we can be cordial to each other. And you know, K Michelle said that she was more hurt than anything. We all know that when she hurts, she lashes out, this, that, and the other. So that's it with the beefs. Now, the interesting thing is that the show started off with Mimi and Joseline fighting, right? Okay, they asked Mimi how does she feel about her new boobs, okay? And Mimi was just like, they're great. They're fabulous. I loved when she just caresses every word. You ever notice that? Everything is like, it's a fucking dramatization. Like Cedric the Entertainer said, everything Mimi does is a fucking dramatization. Then they asked Joseline how does she feel about her new boobs. It's like, why are you asking Joseline that? I mean, you knew what was coming out. You know, Joseline was just like, well, considering it looked like somebody sucked their ass out with a straw. And she want to look like Joseline Hernandez. So I would have went and did that too. I was just like, how your ass look like it gets sucked in a straw? I mean, is she trying to say that Mimi ain't got no ass? Did you get the visual when she said it? I did. I was just like, ugh. And here go Mimi, y'all. Y'all know that Mimi turns into the mafioso guy, okay? Straight up Italian, like, I don't want to be you, bitch. I don't want to look like you, you fucking prostitute. I ain't never wanted to be you. Fuck you, you disgusting, trifling slut monkey. Stevie J is loving the fighting, okay? And, you know, Mimi was just like, now wait a minute, okay? Sit your ass down. Ain't nobody arguing over you. Ain't nobody fighting over you. Don't get it twisted. And you guys know how the shit goes, okay? The shit escalates. They get into an argument. Joseline jumps up. Did you guys see how every fucking man in the building ran up on that stage? They was just like, do not let Joseline Hernandez get over there to Mimi, okay? Because, look, Mimi was cute. She had her orange Alexander McQueen dress on and her gold shoes and hair done and makeup done and everything did. And we didn't need to see that shit get ripped to shreds by a strong-ass Joseline. She done fucked her up, y'all. It ain't nothing worse than seeing a cute girl get dragged across the goddamn stage. They sent all of the crazy 88s, if y'all remember from, what was the Quentin Tarantino movie? What was it, y'all? With the crazy 88s. Kill Bill. I'm getting off subject here. I'm sorry. They come up there, they break it up a couple of times, and you guys, Mimi and Joseline have a classic baby mama, new girlfriend, new wife relationship. Those kind of relationships have so much miscommunication, so much mistrust, so much confusion, and it usually surrounds the baby daddy. Okay, and a lot of times the baby daddy likes all that confusion between the two of them because this keeps the doors open for him to go back and forth between the girls. If they not friends, then they don't really know what the other one is doing, okay? So it always serves the man better sometimes in these situations, not always, but a lot of times it serves the man better to not have these two women friends, okay? And so there's confusion about the baby and, you know, Mimi dropping the baby off or whatever. You know, Joseline's trying to tell her that, no, she don't really have a problem with that. It's that she doesn't talk to her. So, you know, all that shit goes down. Stevie J is gloating, smiling and shit. But then something strange happens later on as the show goes on. Now, when it's just the three of them up there on stage, Mimi and Joseline, they actually become like allies against Stevie J. All right, so this is kind of how it goes. Joseline and Mimi start to commiserate, kind of gang up as allies. Stevie J is trying to keep the confusion going, and Mimi is just like, shut up, shut the fuck up, you shut up. And I was like, oh. Joseline tells us the reason that Stevie J is the way that he is because he didn't have no mother. He doesn't know how to treat no woman, and I tell him that all the time. Even with me, like me, I didn't really have no mother. Well, I did have a mother, but she didn't teach me anything, so I had to learn everything on my own. And it's even hard for me sometimes because I don't know all the things what I'm trying to do, and I have a hard time in this. I was just like, oh, Joseline, don't cry. And I think that is what hit the soft spot in Mimi's heart. Now, you guys know that Mimi was also pushed away, given away as a child. She was 13 years old when her mom chose Scientology over her. She didn't want to become a Scientologist. Her mom was just like, well, then I'm not fooling with you. And so Mimi was just like, I get it. I get exactly how she feels. I totally understand that. So that kind of seemed like that was like the turning point, huh? That all of a sudden they was friends, you know? She actually told Stevie J to step up and become a better man, be the better man for Joseline that he's never been able to be to any of his other women, including herself. So I was just like, wow, that's a real mature approach, you guys. I don't really think that, I know we tease and shit, but I really do not think that Mimi don't want Stevie J still. I mean, I kind of got the feeling that she's over it. Now, the one thing that you get frustrated with Joseline about, and the thing that you admire about her, is the fact that she's a realist and she's naive at the same time. The reality of the situation is that she knows that Stevie J is a player. She knows that Stevie J is going to do what he's going to do. Stevie J might be fucking Mimi, is probably fucking other women. You know, she's knows exactly what she's dealing with, and she can't really be too bothered with Stevie J worrying about him, that she knows that she can make the money, that she's got to push her career forward. She knows all that. Okay, so that's the part that we like about Joseline. In the same sense, you guys, what fucks Joseline up, and even when Mimi says he fucks her in her head, it's the thing that she's very naive when it comes to love, okay? And she lets love shadow all of that reality that we just had. I'm trying to change Stevie to become a better man because he's not used to a woman like me. You know, like somebody that put it down. So I'm trying to change him to do better. It just kind of makes you want to cringe, because it's just like, girl, you can't change no man. Really, you can't change no woman. You can't change anybody who doesn't want to be changed, okay? They have to do it themselves. And I know a lot of us women and men get the shit wrong. We think that we gonna change somebody just by being overwhelmingly loving, overwhelmingly sexual, overwhelmingly giving. But all of that don't matter. At the end of the day, the other person has to want to be the one to make whatever changes is necessary for the relationship. So I'm not saying that Stevie J can't change, but I'm thinking that at this point, maybe Stevie J still is not at where he wants to change. And that's what makes me feel bad for Joseline, okay, is that she's got it all mixed up. And while she still has it all mixed up, he is going to be running that girl crazy. Now, the rumor is that Joseline and Stevie J are married now, and I don't know that. Yes, no, we don't really know. Ain't nobody turned up no marriage license or anything like that. I do know that a discussion is on the table about them getting their own spinoff show, and I have a feeling that all this has something to do with that show that might be coming up. So that's it. We'll see what happens with the two of them, or the three of them. Only time is going to tell. Alright, you guys, they up there with their mamas, okay, Mignon and Mama D, whose name is Deborah. When you look at her, does she look like a Deborah to you? She do kind of look like a Deborah. This was a touching part of the show for me, you guys, because even though Erica gets on my nerves, sometimes I do still like Erica, okay? I think that Erica is just real tough. She's hard. She got to prove that she's extra and hard and all that shit, and it kind of comes off the wrong way a lot of times. I've never doubted that these two don't love each other. I do feel like they do love each other, but I just never felt like they should be together. It just doesn't work out. And that's really what they talked about on the show. Basically, Mona was just like, Scrappy, how did you feel about, Erica giving you the ring back? And he was just like, well, it was two different things. At first, I kind of felt like, well, at least she gave me the ring back. She must feel some kind of way about the relationship. But at the same time, I feel like she was trying to hurt me. And she was trying to play me, sideways and really trying to affect me. And, I had a real reaction to it, okay? Erica, she starts to break down crying. It was sad, y'all. This is like a real family here. This ain't no put together shit, Stevie J and Joseline and Mimi and all that. This was a family who had been obviously through a lot of shit, at least 10 years worth, because their daughter, I believe, is somewhere around 10 years. And it just breaks your heart to see, she was like, we just trying to be friends right now. I'm tired of all this fighting, all this bickering, all this back and forth. We just working on being friends. I don't wish anything bad on him, and he doesn't wish anything bad on her. And y'all, it's just, that's just it for right now. What was interesting was that neither one of them are still ready to put the nail in the coffin just yet. When Mona said, are you guys really done with each other? Scrappy was just like, I love that girl. She was just like, well, it's not going to happen overnight. So it still don't sound like they really ready to be done with it, even though I think that her mind has accepted that the shit is over. I don't know if her heart is all the way there yet, okay? But maybe it's on its way, okay? We gonna see. They saying that Erica got a new boyfriend, a new boo. It's been all on Instagram. I don't know about that relationship. It's kind of interesting. It's a little different. I mean, it kind of seemed like it popped up. I mean, not that we would know what she's doing in her, you know, private life and stuff, but all of a sudden this guy is all over the place with her. I don't know, y'all. We gonna see. I know the next episode is gonna be some shit where Scrappy gonna tell all her business to her getting pregnant by some married guy and having an abortion. So y'all, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's it for young man Scrap and Erica. Alright, you guys, that is it. How many of you guys was mad when they did that damn hashtag talking about the most memorable quotes from the damn show? Now, the choices was "Hey maid," that Joseline has said to Mimi. The other one was and in that order, which they don't even really say. She doesn't even really say that anymore this season. That was like a last season thing. And then the other thing was about the popcorn hose or the microwavable bitch, whatever it was. And how about the popcorn hose one? I mean, any of y'all gonna say popcorn hose? It don't even sound right. It sounds stupid to say popcorn hose. So I was real mad that popcorn hose won. Because y'all know when Joseline said, "Hey man, I see you got your maid outfit on like you always do." that shit stays in your mind for this whole, that was like one of the best lines. But anyway, y'all, I'm hot. I'm sweating. I got my air on and I need to get back in office. So anyway, that's it, you guys. I want you guys to remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar below. Alright. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.